Many depictions of the Rake show an emaciated humanoid male figure with elongated limbs, large claws, pale grey skin, and white eyes which glow brightly in the dark. While around 6 feet tall when standing, it is more often seen crouching on all fours. The Rake is extremely hostile towards those it victimizes and considers prey. Although often exhibiting animalistic behavior, it is shown to be highly intelligent, able to infiltrate homes without being noticed. In addition, communicating with its victims and torturing them meticulously before killing. The Rake has been sighted across Asia, Europe, and the USA, often in mountainous forest regions. However, there have been numerous instances of the creature entering populated areas to stalk its prey. According to several Creepypasta wiki pages, the Rake possesses immortality. Stories of the Rake originate from the early 12th century, with various recordings since 1691, 1880, 1964, and more recently, a detailed witness account from 2006. Here is a brief summary. A woman wakes up thinking her husband was using the restroom. Upon pulling back the bed sheets, she wakes him in the process. When he turns to face her, he gasps, pulling his feet up, nearly knocking her out of the bed. At the foot of the bed was what seemed to be a naked man, or a large hairless dog. In a flurry of motion, the creature scrambles to the side of the bed, crawling along it until it was less than a foot from her husband's face. For around 30 seconds, it stared at him before running into the hallway towards the kids' rooms. The woman screams, running for the lights, intending on stopping the creature from hurting her children. Entering the hallway, the bedroom lights were enough for her to see it crouching, hunched over. It turns around, looking directly at her, covered in blood. Turning on the lights, the woman sees her daughter, Clara. The creature runs down the stairs as the woman and her husband rush to help their daughter. Badly injured, the girl speaks her final words. He is the Rake. The Rake can induce fear and suicide in its victims, mentally tormenting them until the end. As a note from 1964 details, as I prepare to take my life, I feel it necessary to assuage any guilt or pain I have introduced through this act. It is not the fault of anyone other than him, for once I awoke and felt his presence, and once I awoke and saw his form. Once again I awoke and heard his voice, and looked into his eyes. I cannot sleep without fear of what I might next awake to experience. I cannot ever awake. Goodbye. The Rake is said to communicate with his victims telepathically and through dreams. In a translated Spanish journal entry from 1880, I have experienced the greatest terror. I have experienced the greatest terror. I have experienced the greatest terror. I see his eyes when I close mine. They are hollow, black. They saw me and pierced me. His wet hand, I will not sleep. His voice. And in a mariner's log from 1691, he came to me in my sleep. From the foot of my bed, I felt a sensation. He took everything. We must return to England. We shall not return here again, at the request of the Rake. As part of its arsenal, it possesses sharp claws and teeth, enhanced strength, stealth, speed, and mobility. So, is he real? No. The Rake's origins are similar to that of Slendsman. In a 2005 thread on 4chan, a poster on the B board suggested that users collaborate to create a new monster. The result was a creature sharing characteristics to what we have come to know as the Rake. The first story featuring the Rake was seen on Brian Somerville's personal blog on July 20th, 2006. As a frequent user of the Something Awful site, Somerville wrote a backstory for the Rake, further solidifying the creature's appearance. Anecdotal sightings of the Rake had been documented on websites such as Reddit. Users report experiences of extreme fear upon seeing the creature with an appearance reflecting the Rake's description. However, as the Rake does not exist, some speculate that users may actually be seeing something else. Suggestions include Wendigos and Skinwalkers. However, those are topics for another video. The Rake is a classic entity of Creepypastas, with its initial entry in the official Creepypasta website on April 27th, 2009. Since then, we've seen a myriad of stories featuring the creature. The Rake remains one of the most recognizable Creepypasta legends, no doubt inspiring many stories after it, and with a face like that, who could forget?